Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the BISH, BASH, BOSH podcast with myself, Retro Wolf Live, and the lovely hostess with the mostess is Transgamer Girl.
Aw, thank you. Hi, Milk. Hi, chat. Hi, everybody. How are you guys doing?
All good. All good indeed as well, so it's all good, to be fair. But have you had a good week?
I did have a good week. I just realized that I didn't post any of the social stuff, so I'm doing that right now. So, that's what I'm focused on right now. So don't pay no mind to me, guys. Because, Trance is horrible about getting these out on time, dude.
Unbelievable. I had to do the social media stuff lastminute.com as well. So I thought
yes.
I thought Trance was like on the ball, Trance.
Oh, sure.
Oh, fair dues.
Anybody who knows me knows I'm not ever hardly on the ball. Sometimes I don't even know where the hell the ball is.
I don't know what to say with that, Trance, but thanks for that. I don't know what to say. Right, so quick couple of news that we're about to do anyway, because first one is basically last week we had the fantastic JD Custom Builds. JD Custom Builds at the time was only 7 or 8 followers left for hitting the 1K followers.
Yes.
And guess what, guys? Guess what? He has hit the 1K at the time when we did the pod. Well, just about half an hour after the podcast itself. So that is really impressive stuff from everyone that supported JD Custom Builds as well.
Thank you, guys. It meant so much to him. It really did.
Absolutely. And then last week, I don't know what I said yesterday.
I don't even know what yesterday was.
Well, I don't know, to be fair. But last week, we mentioned that we was going to have one of the streamers called Dodge. Unfortunately, he cannot make it this week.
He has RL stuff, and y'all know how that goes.
Absolutely. So we hope, fingers crossed, we do hope that he will be available soon in the podcast, because I'm trying to do that episode of the 5Ds of Dodgeball.
I would love to do that. That'd be amazing. And he would be so about that if we can get him in.
Absolutely. But here we go. One of the fantastic streamers that we're looking forward to hear is none other than the fantastic SVLSE, or how we pronounce it is SV. How you doing, mate? You all right?
I'm fantastic. Happy to be here.
Nice one. Like I said, we gave him like a bit of an update, basically, to say don't panic, just be yourself, enjoy the podcast, and bring all the banters, and because it's mature like cheese.
Yeah.
Mature. Sorry, English, pronunciation type stuff. But yeah, basically, it's great to have you in, SV, on lastminute.com. We do appreciate this as well. So
yeah, thanks, man. We appreciate it a lot, dude. It was like we needed it. I was like, dude, we appreciate it so much. You don't even know.
Having me.
Oh, brilliant stuff. So what we're going to do, as we normally do with the podcast, is basically we're going to have 4 segments, mainly 3, but then like the last one, the 4th one is basically the Ask Us Anything to any of us podcasters or AK streamers as well. So what we're going to do, we're going to talk about the first segment, which is going to be the PC console news, which hopefully that won't be taking too long. And then we're going to talk about the main topic that we are going to be discussing, which leads up from the PC console news. And then we will have the interviewer with SV as well. You can tell.
The interviewer?
Interviewee, sorry.
The interview, buddy.
I think it's just interview.
Oh, okay. You can tell I'm nervous now, to be fair.
Sorry, we can't all be first round draft picks.
He's good. To be fair, he's good. Right.
He's got this.
He's got this. And then we're going to do the Ask Us Anything as well. So Here we go, guys. Just to recap as well, for anyone that's watching it from Trans Gamer Girls stream, we do apologise if the chat does not come into the stream itself. We will get Trans 2 Girls the questions in when the console news or any of the segments coming in as well. So, we all good? Ready to go?
Yeah, we're good.
Absolutely.
And for the record, also for anybody who's watching my channel right now, if you are in the chat and you did post something when we started, I didn't see it because I was making sure all the socials got taken care of. So feel free to repost. I'll be okay with it. So
We'll let you off just this once.
this one time.
You know, just this once.
Just this one time.
So here we go. The first segment is going to be the PC console news. So I'm going to say this briefly, Trans, from what we've just lastminute.com with the news itself.
Yeah.
But I'm sure SV will be absolutely delighted to have his say on what we're about to say anyway. So,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. So for the hat trick itself, I feel like this is going to be one of the particular streamers' shows type stuff, but hopefully not. It's Amaranth again. And confirmed that she's back on to Twitch again as the ban was lifted. So again, it's just going to be like going, you're going to have a ban, then you're going to come off, you're going to have another ban, or take your money off, then come back. And it's just like really frustrating. So what are you guys' thoughts of Amaranth again from this week?
I'll say it like I said last week. We didn't think she'd be gone that long. It's been a week, and she's back. So, yeah. I mean...
I didn't even think it was a full week.
It's been a week for us, since she was mentioned last week.
Gotcha.
So, yeah.
It's just mad, to be fair. But what's your thoughts of it, SV, to be fair?
I know, so I don't really know much about her. I don't watch her. I'm not into the whole ASMR thing. I think it's weird. I don't like it when I hear licking in my ear, because I'm not not about it. But I mean, to each their own, but the way that they're doing it is not very appropriate, at least to me. When I go on Twitch, I want to be able to enjoy what I watch, and I guess some people enjoy that kind of ass in the air type of watching for ASMR, but it's not how ASMR should be gone about, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Absolutely. We do apologise. You okay, Trans? You okay? You okay?
I think
She's
something's
dying.
in my vape. I hope not. I don't
Don't
want to die.
Don't die
Not
on me
yet.
now. Don't die on me now, because we got a podcast. Please, please, please.
I will try and survive for the podcast. Yes. Hi, Trapper. I see your post, buddy. Thank you for coming by.
How you doing?
You must be in retros. Wait.
Yeah, it's on. Yeah, I can see it on Trapper. How you doing, mate? You're right. But yeah, from my perspective, I do agree with you, SV. I do. Sometimes it's just like, why it's like they're doing it just to, to do that things really, because I feel like Twitch is, as I said a few weeks ago from our podcast episodes, I feel like Twitch is it kind of feels like it was going to a different direction than what we originally seen as planned.
Yeah.
Do you agree with that, to be fair?
Yeah. I mean, it's the whole like they even made a category for like hot tub streams and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which
we talked about that 2 weeks ago.
It's, I mean, cool on them. I mean, they're running the fucking algorithms right. They're doing what they do to create viewers, and I mean, they're making bank off of it. I'm just a little small 2 viewers a stream kind of streamer, but fuck, if I gotta start popping my ass out for views, I mean,
sex sells, dude.
Start. If that's what you want, we can do it.
I'm gone.
Come see SV tweaking, twerking. Oh my god! Okay.
But yeah, I don't think sticking your ass out and whispering in the mic is how to get it.
I know what I meant. That was not what I meant to say.
Could you repeat that again, please, Trans? Because
No. That is not happening again.
Not happening again. I'll tell you what, we'll let you off.
No, sir.
We'll let you off just this once, to be fair. And I'll tell you what, it's kind of annoying because we want to try and, get the small streamers community to get themselves, like us lot, just trying to, get the viewers and get the entertainment going. Do you know what I mean? As well. And it's great to have like thousands and thousands of viewers and then get the ads in as well. But I mean, when's that ever going to happen? Is it going to happen like that, like a click of a finger, like that?
Yeah.
But
Oh no, I'm gonna have to start buying a whiteboard and turning it around to write followers on the whiteboard.
I like this guy. I like SV proper.
I figured you would.
Yeah, he's top notch. To be fair. So that's our talk of Amaranth. Again, hopefully that'll be no more for after the next few weeks. To be fair, but let's go straight to the rest of the news segments as well. So, Trans, do you want to talk about a few of them?
Yes. First, before I get into the next section of the segments, I do want to say hi to Ted. I did see you pop in. We just gave a quick update that Amaranth is no longer banned. She's back on again. So that's the only thing you've really missed, an introduction to my friend SV. But I think you've played with SV with us before. So that's pretty much all you've missed, man.
Ted's Gaming, baby.
Ted's Gaming is here. Yes, he's in my chat. All right, so rest of the news that we have going on. I can cover all these, or we can split them up, Malk. I really don't care either way. First off, talking about playing with SV. He and I have been playing a lot of multi lately together. So first off, with the new Season 4 update, they had the new gun come out, the MG82. Okay. And 24 hours after the release, it was nerfed.
Nerfed? Really?
Yeah. Yeah. It was flagged Friday after the Thursday update. The developer said that they wanted to rebalance the guns soon. I think they might have already done that with a new patch. I'm not sure. They weren't upset that there was a meta going on. They actually said they want the meta. They said, we want to make sure that we're constantly changing so the meta doesn't get stale and boring. We want a meta. We just don't want it to set too long. So they weren't upset about the meta. They were upset that, it kind of just all of a sudden happened and they're going to make adjustments to it to make it better. And that came from Video Games Chronicle.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's that. I haven't played with the MG82 yet. I don't know how it plays yet. Hi, Trapper. And he says, where is he? No, not Teddy. Ted. It's a different guy. Different guy, Trapper.
There's multi-Teds.
There's too many Teds. Too many Teds. Next, I'm going to go into, and this is going to be like 3 or 4 of the news, guys. This is apparently going to be the lawsuit episode because there's a few things about lawsuits coming up. Next thing to discuss is the lawsuit against Dell for false advertising over the Alienware laptop upgradability. This actually came out June 4th on PC Gamer. We love PC Gamer on this channel. They give us really good articles.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Such a great reference. The laptop in question was the Alienware Area 51M R1, which is an older laptop, obviously.
Okay.
The core of the complaint, and I'm not going to give information on the complainant's name. I want to keep that to PC Gamer, that there's information. But the core of the complaint was that the advertising gave the impression to the owners of the 2019 Area 51 R1 laptop could be upgraded in the future to the Intel CPUs that were coming out shortly and the NVIDIA GPUs. The upcoming one at that time was the 10th gen, which I currently have. Obviously, like I said, it's a few years behind, but this guy's pushing a complaint on it now. The NVIDIA RTX Super GPUs were coming out at that time too. So that was the core of the complaint. The R2, which was a second generation of this particular laptop, did make a note that this could be upgraded. But at the time that this laptop came out, the 10th gen Intel sockets were totally different from the 9th gen Intel sockets. So there was no way that they were going to be able to upgrade.
That's a bit bad, isn't it? From their perspective.
Well, what he's saying is that they did it to push the laptops before the upgrades came out. That's what he's pushing.
Oh, okay.
He's saying it was a sell gimmick.
Yeah. Let's get some monopoly money. I couldn't say the words. Sell it to all the houses and all the laptops itself, and try and tell them off. To be fair.
Well, I mean, here's where they went wrong, right? You're using Intel and stuff. You got to use AMD and Radeon. It's way better.
Dude, no arguments,
yes.
man. I have an Intel. I love my Intel, dude. I love my Intel.
AMD.
AMD's where it's at.
I'm outnumbered, guys. I'm outnumbered.
You
I
know?
don't know about you, but I watch a lot of Formula One, and I don't see any Intel or stuff
Get
on
it!
a car. But Mercedes, top of the class, has AMD spam all over their livery. So what's up with that?
Dang.
Yes! Get it! Get
They're
it!
ganging
Shout out
up
to
on me,
Lando Norris.
guys.
He's
This is
killing it.
horrible.
Oh, you know what? This is going to be the bestest episode ever, and I can sense it and
Malk
feel it.
hates being outnumbered, and he usually is either between me and the girls or me and my friends. And now he's got somebody on his side, so he's
Yep.
going to relish this moment.
I do a lot of sim racing in Formula One. I just
Oh,
My favorite.
we've got a lot to talk about after the stream, after the podcast.
absolutely.
I know, Trapper. I know. That was crazy.
Trapper put, ouch, oh, ouch, put the burn on the wall traps. on them. We'll get the violin and sort it.
Yeah.
I promise you that. But I'm going to enjoy this episode. I really am going to enjoy it. On their chances, taking her out.
Wow.
Like, how dare you on this? Nah, it's all good.
So that's the information on that. How do you guys feel? Do you guys think that they might have had an ulterior motive to push the outdated components, or do you think that it was just a misunderstanding? I haven't got any updates on this particular article yet, and when I looked at it, it was a little bit after the article had been posted, so I haven't seen any updates on it yet. So maybe we'll find out later how the complaint went. But what do you guys think, SB and Malk? How do you guys feel about this this ideology that they're pushing for?
I'll let SV do it first. To be fair.
So what I'm reading here is Alienware pushed out that you would be able to replace the parts inside the laptop.
He's saying that there was false advertising that led the purchasers to believe that they would be able to upgrade. But the 10th gen was coming out and it was using a whole different socket, no longer compatible with the 390s. So
I think there's some truth to both sides of that. So yes, they kind of advertised it as you could upgrade it to future components, but at the same time, you can't really predict what Intel is using as like sockets and stuff. So I mean, it's not really on Alienware, at least in my mind. I don't use Alienware or any Intel products, but it sounds like they thought that they could upgrade, and then it turns out that Intel came right back and gave them a big fuck you. We're using a different socket.
Yeah, absolutely.
First off, I want to say thank you for that redeeming that hydrate, Ted. I appreciate it, and gifting the tier 1 sub to Vex. That's amazing. Thank you so much for that gifted sub. All the love to you, buddy.
Legend.
And Trap goes, yeah, it's called money.
It's fine. Just put it on. Put the AMD on.
Clearly, AMD has more money to sponsor Formula One, but that's cool. Whatever.
Yeah. It should be called AMD F1 Racing or AMD Racing. To be fair,
Mercedes AMD.
Yeah,
that's what it's called,
AMD.
right?
Yeah. Chances like,
isn't it?
I'm just outnumbered here, so I'm gonna do what you normally do, Malcolm. Let you guys hash this out because I'm outnumbered.
I'll wait for the next episode of Chances like.
Oh my dumbass! It's AMG. Fuck!
AMG.
I should know this. I own a Mercedes. I'm an idiot.
I love Mercedes. By the way,
don't worry. It's just we put the D after the G. You know, sorry, before
AMGD.
AMGD. What?
That's besides the point. They still are sponsored.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother discussion, guys.
Yeah,
show me a Formula One car that has an Intel logo on it.
Dude. Oh my gosh. So outnumbered, man. All right, so continuing on, Mal, do you have anything to add to that, or do you want me to continue on my second lawsuit information of the week?
Well, as what SV said, not to do with AMD, we stopped that banter. We promised that. Basically, it's just, I do think it's a bit, really, how do you put it, like really uncomfortable, or not sure what they're going to try and do to try and give you all these Intel components where you just don't know when it's going to happen, or when it's going to be updated, or when it's going to be, will they have a free upgrade, will they have a free laptop because they've got a dodgy processor, do you know what I mean, or dodgy components that's going to hamper. I mean, imagine paying, what is it, imagine paying like a gaming laptop for like £1,000 or 1,000 Canadian dollars or
2,000 American, 2,000, 3,000
yeah,
American dollars.
yeah,
£1,000. That sounds heavy.
but yeah, for Intel, I know, mate, for that. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's just pretty much, it's just like, it's a bit of a waste, and you're like, well, I've just bought this, and then they're telling me that this is going to be crap with the components. I'm like, well, thanks for telling us that after when we bought it. It's just ridiculous. But that's just stupid, because you pay for what you think you like
Yeah.
that you want to do, like whether it's streaming or whether it's just office work, you know what I mean,
Mhm.
or something like that. It's just not fair for all of us to pay out that much money for a laptop or a PC, and then we find out, we'll give you some components. We don't know when,
Yeah.
we don't know how, but it could be soon. We'll find out in the next episode of the Intel Saga.
The Intel Saga, yeah.
Intel Saga.
Well, personally, I mean, I struggled with this. I mean, I had my laptop. You remember before I got the PC up and running, and I was like, I'm so done with laptops anymore. I'm just done with them. I don't want to deal with them anymore, because you can't really upgrade them anyway unless you pay out the ass for an upgradable laptop. And it's just one of those things where they just were never able to really process that. I had mine for like 8 to 10 years, and it was already like an older model when I got my laptop. And I was like, I'm getting a desktop now so I can start upgrading it and changing it. So I understand if there was, I mean, when I looked at the article, they didn't show any advertising that backed the claim per se. They did show the advertising for the R2s, which did back up the claim that they were going to be upgradable. Okay. But so maybe it was a misunderstanding thing. It could have been that. I understand that a lot of businesses do trying to push things when things are going out date. I get that. I've worked enough retail to know. But but I mean, I'm thinking it could have been a misunderstanding on the part where maybe something, because things are always taken the wrong way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do agree. But you go on the news, it's like watching sports, and like there's a transfer deal going on, or like an F1 transfer deal going on, and you're like, oh my god, SV has joined Mercedes, and then you find out he's joined the AMD.
True story.
Yeah.
Mercedes Group. Yep.
Yeah.
I love Mercedes. I do. My mom has one, and I love that car. All right. So moving on to the next part of the news segment. There is another lawsuit article to cover from this past month. This is the 5th of June. These are articles I was going to cover on the E3 episode, and we didn't because we were covering all E3. An artist, it's against Capcom. Okay. An artist alleges that Capcom used her images from her book in an unlicensed fashion for environments, details, and even logos for Resident Evil 4.
I saw that. I saw the images, and they look exactly the same as what was matched on the artist. And I mean, obviously, check out the article when you get a chance, guys. When you reread it back. But if it is true, that is really shocking, especially from a company of Capcom that's made all the bestest games, like the Resident Evil series.
Oh yeah, totally.
And if you're like an old retro type stuff, it's just like the old Street Fighter as well. So I mean, I will be very shocked if I'll be very shocked if they did it on purpose to get those images. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, you wouldn't feel sorry for them, because you're stolen copyright images on a game, on an artist's work as well.
Yeah.
So what's your thoughts, SV, on that?
So somebody did like a, not like a fan fiction. What the fuck am I thinking? Somebody did like their own take on what Resident Evil 4 would be.
Yeah.
And then they used it.
No. The lady, the artist says that the Capcom company, when they were making the game, they used copyrighted images from her book, and she has side-by-side pictures and everything of it. She's got hundreds of pages of documentation on it, and it has to do with like environments, the logo even, and a bunch of other things. She's saying, and they're using her images from her book.
Gotcha. So they pretty much just stole her shit.
Top notch.
Yeah, that's not cool. You're fucking Capcom. You can fucking do it yourself. You don't need to take from other people. I mean, if I haven't seen any side by side images, I'm not a Resident Evil kind of person. But if they're pretty fucking close, then you got to figure that shit out.
Yeah.
Give her some royalties behind it.
Yeah, that's probably what they're working out, hashing out right now in court. She did show at least. She showed at least 80 of the photographs, and she had, like I said, hundreds of pages of documentation to support her claim. And we're waiting on updates on that to see how that goes. I'm with you, Malk. I saw the pictures too, and they are extremely close. And I can see where the complaint comes from. I totally do. I mean, but let's be honest. I mean, when we pull things for like different pictures and stuff like that, we use Google Images, or we'll just do something like that and say, oh, this looks really cool. Let's design it. But they have their own artists and stuff like that on site. So
they literally pay people
to
make this stuff.
And even if they might not have used the images directly, maybe they were influenced by the images and they were trying to make a similar version of them or something. I don't know. We'll get some more information on that when that comes up, guys. I'll make sure I inform you about that. That particular article came from Polygon, if you guys want to look that one up as well.
Similar. Oh, let's just copy it.
Yeah,
no one's ever going to know. Oh, shit. Which source? Expensive. Trapper says expensive court fees. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Totally.
No, what's going to happen is they're going to go to court about it, and Capcom is going to point out the subtle differences, and like, well, they're not completely the same.
Yeah.
So you win nothing, and they're gonna fuck her out of anything that she did.
Yeah, and it's a shame because it's like when we do like the podcast or do like take or copy someone else's stream. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Without their consent, and you'd be like, "Yo, this ain't cool, man. Just get you should have asked for it." I'm like, but what? You need to like confirm it with the consent. Yes, you might get a little bit of segments, but as long as you give them the copyright details and like going back,
or even if they use her book as a reference and they did similar visions of the book and they have similar designs and stuff, even at least credit and say ideas from these designs came from this particular copyrighted book. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And it kind of goes back to the marks with the copyrights that we talked about 2 weeks ago, right? They just want to get credit for what they've done, you know?
Absolutely.
And that's pretty much all it really comes down to.
Well, yeah, you put in all that effort, make all these cool things, and the Capcom takes it right out from under your feet. That's kind of fucked up.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, it's just not right.
Fuck, if you're going to use it, you might as well just hire her.
Totally. I mean, right? Hey, we like your book. Money. We would like you to work for us.
Yeah. There'll be a petition coming out soon. Get that artist into Capcom. Oh, sorry. Another company.
Copy that, making it now.
Yeah. Absolutely.
All right. So I have one more thing to cover. This is not a lawsuit article. Thank goodness.
I was expecting another lawsuit.
Shucks.
Hey, the world's full of lawsuits, man. We talked a little bit. Excuse me. Oh, excuse me. I'm about to belt. There we go. Okay. And Ted, here's your other hydrate. I've been keeping up with your hydrates, Ted.
We're sorry for any technical difficulties. Yeah.
All right, we're good now. We're good. All right. So the last article I have to cover today is from Extreme Tech. And it's referencing, I think we kind of slightly glossed over the idea, but we didn't actually go into detail about it. Microsoft had, during E3, they did make an announcement they would be dropping support for Windows 10 by 2025. Now, that means that Windows 11 is on the horizon. They're starting to get more and more articles about it. Since E3's happened, I've seen more articles about Windows 11. So that we know that Windows 11 is on the horizon. They're scheduling a release for the holiday season of this year. From CNET verified that. The original article came from Extreme Tech, but that verified was from CNET. And it will be a free update for any licensed Windows 10 users, similar to how Windows 8 was a free update to Windows 10. when they went out with that. So that's the last article I have. And you guys can give your input on that if you wish. There's not much to cover on that, though.
I mean, it is going to happen, isn't it? We can have Windows 12, Windows 13.
Mhm.
That's going to happen like roughly,
Well,
how many
they
years?
said that Windows 10 was going to be the last Windows ever. That was the
Hilarious.
original
Wow.
article.
Well, that's bullshit, isn't it?
Everything after that was supposed to be like service updates and all that stuff. So
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, they make too much money off of Windows. They can't just not keep creating it.
Yeah. What if they're going to stop Windows 10 support? How are we going to support? What, we're going to use Linux or use any of the other operating systems?
well, that's when the article first came out. That was the question, like, why are they stopping support? Apparently, Windows 11 is coming out. What's going on? Because there was a question of, is it coming out soon? How early is it coming out? The support ends on 2025, so we've got a few years until the support ends. But when Windows 11 comes out, they're going to start focusing all their attentions on that, just like they did 8 and 10. I'm pretty sure that's how it's going to
go. Absolutely. Trapper says, didn't realise we were playing Hydric game. Lol. That was when Trans was going to try and do the drinking game. Oh, I didn't know, mate. I did not know that at all.
No, Ted's just been hitting me with hydrates in my channel, so.
I was a good lad. Good lad. You know, it makes sense with that.
I've got all those hydrates. These are just my drinks.
I'm fine. I'm fine, to be fair. So, have you got any more before I talk about the main, coming up to building up to the main topic?
No, I figured that you can go ahead and go into the last news segment referencing the upcoming discussion, and we're good to go. So,
cool.
I'll let you take over on that.
Oh, thanks, you ledge. Thank you. Thank you very much. Now, I'm not going to say this is going to be a lawsuit article. You may think of it as a lawsuit article, but it is a data breach article from EA as well. So there was some source code from Frostbite engine, from the FIFA 21 and the Battlefield engine source code itself. It was stolen. Stolen code are usually used for cheats and cracks. EA spokesman confirmed a limited amount of game source code and related tools were stolen, but hackers didn't have access to player data. Okay, and then you got raise security after hack and do not expect it to impact business or games. Clearly specified it was not a ransomware attack and working with law enforcement to investigate. This was done on the 10th of June. So we've not heard anything since then, but I do feel like the hackers trying everything they can to try and find out, what can we do to improve the game, or what can we do? Can we get some player data as well at the same time? This is what I mean. When the EA spokesman says was stolen, but hackers didn't have access to player data, who's going to believe that?
How do you know?
How do you know? How do you know, SV, that I've got your player data from FIFA? If you do play FIFA,
yeah,
do you know what I mean?
That's not really something you know until it happens.
Yeah, and that, don't get me wrong, that's happened quite a few times on not only on EA but like other places as well. It's just an ongoing thing, and you can't control it. Can you really? And
like years ago, the whole PlayStation ordeal, where everybody's like credit cards and stuff got stolen. I remember that vividly.
Funny enough,
but it only lasted like a couple months, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, well,
I was young, but
we'll talk about that just in a minute. Don't worry, mate.
We're getting into there. We're getting there.
We're building up. We're building up that momentum.
Quick interjection. Ted was wondering what vape juice you have, SV.
This is not a sponsored stream. I use my go-to is Red's Apple.
Mm-hmm.
And then right now I tried something different. I'm using Mighty Vapors Frozen Smash Berry. That's what I've been using right now.
And
welcome to the episode of the SV Show, sponsored by Red
No,
Apple.
no.
Nah, I'm kidding.
Not sponsored, but if they want to sponsor me, Drag, I just bought the Drag 3 and it's fantastic.
And
Absolutely love it.
I use the Aegis X, so I mean, hey, we're
I'm
vapors.
The last one I had a flashlight on it, so I mean, this is kind of a downgrade.
He goes, hell yeah, bud. And then it said, oh, and yeah, they will never stop making Windows. That's one of their best money makers, is what Ted's Gaming
Exactly.
said.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
So,
I do apologise about the sponsorship part. I was in the banter to kick it, so we do apologise for that.
no, Dan, we're not going to even pretend like we're being sponsored because that's terrible.
And
Not sponsored, just we like them.
Links
That's
in the
all.
description.
Yeah.
No.
No, I'm not putting it on, mate. Absolute no, to be fair. So, what do you think about it, guys, in general? Because we mentioned about it, like the EA, like the player data and all the other stuff. So, what's your thoughts of it in general? What's your impact on this saga of what happened with the hackers?
Well, anytime there's a data breach, it doesn't matter what company it is. It doesn't matter if it's gaming or if it's food or if it's business, whatever the case may be. Anytime there's a data breach, it makes a concern for the people who are concerned about their information getting taken from that. Because, people give out their information for loyalty programs and everything else they can think of. You give information for all these things, your credit cards for online purchases and all of that stuff. So there's always a concern with that. I am truly hoping that there is no player data loss on this EA game situation, because that will be devastating to this company. They've already had enough issues with other stuff that they've done. And DLCs and games that are not finished and stuff like that. They've been in the news for so many different things relating to their gaming. So I don't want this to just be another notch on their belt of the problems with EA. I don't want that to be the case. I do like EA. I enjoy a lot of their games. So I am really hoping that when they look into it and the law enforcement looks into it and they can say, yes, we can 100% confirm that no player data was taken. It was just code. People will always go get torrents for cracks and codes and all that stuff. They will. It's just what it is, and black market, you can get stuff for ridiculously cheap. So, I mean, it's one of those things. It's always going to be there, and it always has been there. And that's what we're going to actually talk about here in just a few minutes. So that's my take on the situation.
Absolutely. SV, have you got any discussion about EA's leak, data breach?
I agree with Trance. So, like she said, it's always going to be there. It doesn't matter what company it is. You're always going to have data breaches. There's always that concern. EA has always had a kind of a bad rap lately, especially with all the pay to win type of shit that they do. They need to get their shit together, I would say. But it also helps them look into where are our faults. Where do we need to upgrade security? Like they said, they raised security, which is good. Now you just got to reel all that back in and make sure that nobody's personal information gets stolen, because online is, especially for gaming, there's such a big community that puts all of their credit cards and shit into it. You'd be losing a lot of customers, and people would be losing a lot of money.
Absolutely. I don't want to see that happening as well.
Ted's hitting my chat with all this love and a lot of salt and a lot of luck, apparently. So thank you so much for all that, Ted. I appreciate it, buddy. Thank you so much for hitting up with with that love and all that stuff. Appreciate it.
No, nice one. So, as we
I think those are bit emotes. I think they're bits. They look like bits.
I hope they're Twitch bits.
That'd be great.
I hope so. Anyway,
and cake. I like cake.
So, building up to that EA data breach, the main topic is basically, as Trance already mentioned about it, is going to be the lawsuit or the data breach episode.
Well, just data breaches in general. We're going to talk about a few different ones in the past and all that stuff. And he did say they are bits. So, oh my gosh, thank you so much. All the love to you, Ted's Gaming, for those bits. You're amazing. Thank you so much.
Nice.
We love him.
Nice.
We love him.
He's amazing. I love Ted. He's great. So so we're going to talk about that type of stuff now. now we're getting sidetracked. So
it's all right.
It happens on the show, guys. You guys should know this by now. This is
It's
episode
alright.
3. We should know. But yeah, so data breaches, like we were saying, they always happen. And yeah, I remember what you're talking about, SV, about the PlayStation stuff. And there's more stuff that I looked into when I was like, oh, I want to get prepared for this episode. There was way more things that I looked into to incorporate into this discussion. Like apparently there's a data breach back in November with Capcom of, I want to say, maybe not last year or the year, but year before, but it was the last couple of years. And apparently data breach and hacks and all that stuff has gone like skyrocketed in the last 2 years in the gaming industry. So that's insane. Thanks, Teds.
That's mad, to be fair. And it's just, we were mentioning about it earlier on. I mean, when is it ever going to stop? This online breaching? Do you know what I mean? And it's how do you think we're safe when we're playing the games and go online? Like, you know, is our data going to be gone? It's not going to like Facebook or any other social media side of stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Anywhere that you go, you just don't know what info you're going to put in anymore now, because you just don't know whether they're going to be trusted with all these security and all the other stuff. But we'll talk about the other segments as well, like Capcom, as you mentioned about it, back in November. Then we had Zynga. Zynga?
Yeah, Zynga. They do a lot of mobile games and stuff, but they were hit back in 2019 with the data breach as well. There was the Microsoft data breach in January of last year. That's insane. Yeah, Microsoft is so huge, you know. Absolutely. And there's a whole bunch of other things that I've listed on here for us to incorporate. We'll get to them little by little. Excuse me, my soda's making me like go belching like it's crazy. I'm sorry, guys.
She's nervous, guys. She's absolutely nervous.
She's crumbling.
Dan did say in your chat, Malk, he says there is this is the problem with technology advancement. Good side, we enjoy awesome technology. Bad side, it creates new ways of crime. I completely agree with you, Dan. Yeah. Completely, 100%.
Absolutely. It doesn't matter how advanced we get. There, like, I'm in the military. I work with a lot of intel people. There's some smart motherfuckers out there that know their way around technology, and it's amazing to me how it's like, even with the whole rush, or not, I'm not going to say it, the whole hacking with the pipeline, shut down a whole pipeline and fucked the entire like East Coast.
Yeah.
Like, that's how smart people are. Like, it's always going to be a problem. We just need to get those smart motherfuckers on our side.
For once.
Have them work as professional hackers. Come on.
Because I also work with some good motherfuckers, and we need to get all the smart motherfuckers in one room.
Fair dues. Yeah, I do agree with you, SV. I really do agree, because it's just when is it ever going to stop? And when is it ever going to, do you know what I mean? And as I said earlier on, it's like the technology now, well, Dan said it, the advancement of it is just immense. Like, you can play all the different games and all the other shizzle and all the other stuff, but at the same time, you just don't know what's going to be the problem with, saving all our information. That's going to cost us in the running for the black market coming in from the hackers.
Someone wants to make you famous, Malk.
Oh,
how sweet!
I get so many of those in my chat on Twitch, and I immediately ban them.
Yeah, it's a shame, because they're all supposed to
We do too.
Yeah.
There was one time where I banned 2, and then 3 more popped up as I banned them.
Dude, I hate that. I usually report them when I come across them. Rooftop Korean just jumped in and said random MFs are better hackers than government assigned ones.
Amen. Amen. Amen.
It's true.
It's amazing.
Fair dues.
You know why? Because they get paid more to do it outside of the government.
Yeah, and they can make more money off of it, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, we're also want to discuss how that affects us as players as well as streamers. Like, all of our information that's just out there, and can be taken at any time. And so I want to get you guys' opinion on that too. How does that make you feel as a player as well as a streamer? I mean,
it's at the same time, for me personally, I think it's a bit of a nerve-wracking when you go online. You think, oh, I just want to play games against my friends or
Yeah.
rivals. Do you know what I mean? And try and beat them online and stuff just for a laugh or competitive. But at the same time, you just don't want to be like the end of the stick with the hacker. Do you know what I mean? As well, and you
Yeah.
just can't control it at all. To be fair, and that's just my opinion. I just feel like we're safe playing games, but then at the same time, we're not safe because of the info that we give out. It's going to cost us at the end of our lives. Do you know what I mean? As well,
Yeah.
not like it's a matter of life or death situation here as well. But at the same time, it's just annoying because it's like the hackers must feck off and leave us alone. Do you know what I mean? What have they got? Why do they want to ruin our lives from them at the same time? That's what.
Because they can, Mal. Because they can. That's what it is.
Can't
Because
we
they
just,
want to test and see what they can do with the best. How can they better their abilities?
can't we just get a button, just click ban, so they won't
We
interfere
should
anymore at all?
ban the hackers. Ted's
Absolutely.
Gaming goes, knowing your login can be sold on the black market will make you feel uncomfortable. I agree with you, Ted.
Amen.
Thanks. The login is gone from me now. To be fair,
Yeah.
I've been the victim of multiple instances where my accounts have been locked because there was suspicious activity. Luckily,
yeah,
all my accounts in the past, I didn't lose anything off of them. Not that I know of, at least. But I've had issues like when I played World of Warcraft a lot, there was always someone hacking into my account. Always. I got a notice all the time about it. And I would go into Blizzard after like a long time being away, and it would be like, we don't have your right information. I'm like, that's the information I have saved. So apparently someone had gotten in my account, changed everything, and I had to report suspicious activity for it. So it is what it is, you know? I mean, it's frustrating that there are people that will do that. And even on top of that, like a couple of the other notes that I have on here, there's a thing about, apparently there was an article about how hackers are adding a file to torrents to make money with crypto mining. That's crazy.
Sick.
I mean, okay, on one end, I'm like, okay, I am kind of impressed with your ability to do that, but that does not make me happy.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Ted's Gaming goes, the dark web is a very big place and you can find anything on there as long as you put in the time.
Yeah.
And to be fair,
Well, good news for me is I never download torrents for
Hmm.
anything. I keep it straightforward. I got a no fucks given attitude. But it's pretty insane how quick they can get your shit. At least once a week, I will get a notification somewhere on some sort of website that somebody tried to log into like an email of mine, or it happens so frequently that I think a lot of people just look at it and go, oh, okay, just another attempted break-in.
Yeah.
But it's very real. I used to play a lot of CSGO, and I have been dicked out of my own skins and stuff, and it's not enjoyable to put all that money into a game and you log in one day and it's all gone. It's not a great feeling, and they take it just like that within hours.
Ted also added, he goes, don't ask me how I know this. And Rooftop Korean said, hackers be like, I know where you live, bitch. Me too. So, yeah, I mean,
they can get your IP address so quick.
Yeah, and DDoSing
figure out
is
where you're
like,
at.
oh my gosh. Oh, being DDoSed? Ooh. That's a whole nother discussion.
Well, have you ever seen those those videos of people on, I think it's called like Omegle or something. It's like that video chat thing. There's some videos where like they'll go into the video chat and they'll be like, so how is living on a 3-something whatever the fuck drive in fucking West Virginia? And you're like, how the fuck did you know that so quick? Like within seconds they can grab your IP and trace it back to your location. It's insane how quick people can get a hold of your information.
Yeah.
And just as a disclaimer, guys, we're not saying any of this to make everybody like freak out about all your sign-ins. We're just
the internet's a great place.
It's a relevant discussion that's actually a thing that, you know, actually truly affects us as players and streamers. And I thought it would be a good discussion just in general to talk about that. So
never forget, sex is temporary, gaming is forever. Never forget.
Absolutely.
This is very true. This is very true.
Never forget.
So
Gaming will always be there for you.
So SV's got like a massive background, shall we say, of the Twitter.
It's a banner-looking thing. It's almost like a flag.
It's a flag.
Flag. I could see my head's gone because I was just intrigued by that flag, which I didn't know it was a flag. I mean, I should know it was a flag, to be fair. But I quite like that flag, to be fair, and it is true, to be fair, because it's just annoying.
It's very true.
At the same, well, it should be definitely true, to be fair.
And that's for those who are listening with audio. Is once we get all this pushed out to audio forms, that's what we're talking about. He has his flag back to his thing. He was pointing to it. So,
absolutely.
Prapper says, interesting question. Do you think you're more of a target for being streamers?
Absolutely.
Yeah, 100%. Because
you put yourself out there.
See, SV spot on with that because you are literally, hey, how you doing? And you've been
like, cool. We're like, hi world, we're here.
Yeah.
And it has all of our links to the games that we play and all that stuff too. So that's one of those things too. Ted's Gaming goes, it sure will throw the good, the bad, and the ugly, I think is what he said. It sure will through the good, the bad, and the ugly. Yeah. Oh, he's talking about your flag.
Yeah.
It sure will. Through the good, the bad, and the ugly. There we go.
I'll tell you what, no matter how many times I see these data breaches and shit, I will never quit gaming just because
me either.
It's a way to get away from your life.
That's true.
It's like
so true.
For me it's a stress reliever. That's how I get back to sane.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Did you want to carry on, Trans, with the list, or should I carry on? It's up to you.
Well, yeah, you can go a couple of the other things that I talked about on here, or you can add your own thing before we go into the next segment. Absolutely, you're welcome to take over if you'd like. I was just talking about stuff on my end. You know how I do, Mel. Come on.
I'm so
We've
sorry.
known each other
guys.
how long, dude?
I am so sorry, guys. You know, we're semi-professional podcasters, streamers. Type stuff anyway. So
Dan says, please put gaming is for life in the description next time, Melk.
I will put that on just for you, Dan. Just for you.
Just for Dan.
Just
Amen.
For Dan. Amen.
I'll make a command in my Twitch chat. That'll be ! banner, and I'll link the banner for everybody that wants one.
Ted says yes.
We're gonna make an army.
Ted goes yes because some hackers either have your back or you got your dicks that will make your life feel like hell. So. Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you, Ted. 100%.
SP mentioned about it briefly earlier on was about the PlayStation hacks, and I remembered a couple of times that this happened every Christmas, like twice. Was it twice or three times? Like each year on Christmas break.
I don't remember how many times a year we had PlayStation hacks. That's a good question.
Yeah.
Does somebody have a tally? Right I'm curious. Probably.
But it's just annoying because it's like every Christmas you have a break from work, you have a break from the kids or family, and you're like, right, settle down, enjoy. Oh, we can't log in. I'm like, what? Why can't we log in? It's like because data breach of hacking that's happened again. Like, oh, for God. Why do you do this?
Another one? What the hell?
And then by the time you hit the new year, you go back to work and you're like, oh, is that it then? And then everything goes back to normal with the online.
Yeah.
Like, oh, well, thanks for ruining our 2-week break during the Christmas break.
Yeah, I know, right?
And then you're like, damn you bastards. Damn you. So... But it's just annoying, and I remember, I think it was 2010 and 2011. I think it was. It's got to be those years. I think I might be wrong, but we'll get the confirmation of the years itself later on. But those.
I'm sure someone will correct us. I'm sure.
yeah, someone will correct us with that. But just reading a bit more of the info that we've got. Fox Biz. If that's how I pronounce it, Fox Biz.
Fox Business.
It's
shorthand.
Thanks. Fox Biz talks about how video game industry had wave of cyber attacks in 2020. So, yeah, I mean, and then you
During
got
pandemic year, yeah, people were bored out their ass. Oh, let's hack this company.
Yeah, there's probably a big spike in that because everybody's home spending money.
Yeah.
It's like throwing a dart to a map, and you'd like, who shall we invade next? Boom! Oh, let's hit Fox.
Yeah,
Oh,
that works.
let's hit
Ted Gaming said 2013 Ubisoft got hacked. So it's been constant all of our lives.
People still care about Ubisoft?
Yes, they have some really good games coming out. They do.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you don't know what games are coming, guys, watch the E3 episode from last week. Shameless plug. 2014, I got the year for the Sony breach. That's what Dan said.
It might have been that year, sorry. It was probably one of those years anyway, but I remembered it was constant, like 2 years or 3 years, constantly in a row during the Christmas breaks. And then it happened again, like, do not do this to us again, you bastards.
And even, on the notes, as I was looking through everything and finding other articles to incorporate in this, there's a recent article about PlayStation cyber hacks for PS3. Like, people were locked out and then they put 2 and 2 together and realized that it was a cyber hack.
Yeah.
So, I mean, even that's fairly recent. So it's just a common thing. Rooftop Korean goes, Ubisoft.
Ubisoft there? Yeah. Right. It's basically, as we have talked about, the cyber attacks and all the other shizzle of it all with the data breach. And it's just, it's not, it's just bullshit, to be honest. And it's just not fair for all of us to be getting caught out for something that we've done nothing wrong. And yet we get done for something that they just want to get our information as well. And it's just proper idiots as well.
Ted's Gaming goes, if I'm right, Sony hack was in December of 2013 and Ubisoft was that following July. So there's a few days on that time. So yeah, I mean, and I understand, as cybersecurity goes up, so do hacker skills.
Absolutely.
I get that.
Yeah.
It's a total correlation, like, for real. And no matter how much, and I wish, and also one thing we can discuss real quick before we end the segment, what type of things do you guys think that the gaming industry should input to help with cyber attacks and things like that? What do you guys think about that what type of ideas would come up to mind with that stuff?
Oh, I was going to say SV to mention about earlier on, get the hackers or get the geniuses to be on our side to stop it from happening.
Get them on our side.
Get them on our side.
I mean, there's really not much you can do. Like, I'm sure they're trying everything they can, but as technology advances, so do we, right?
Yeah.
They're always going to find that back door. It doesn't really matter how much you try; it's always going to happen.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's just annoying as well. And you just think all that stuff, and it's just like, oh, it's like battering ram trying to break through all these walls, like a door or something, or like through a house or something, and they found a back door, and like, ooh, that's a nice door. I'll open it, and then you'd be like, oh, there's the breach, sorted.
Trapper goes, it's the storage. There will always be a trail.
Always.
Always. Absolutely. Have you got any more before we finish the segment of the main topic?
No, I mean, I was just talking about some of the things that I had listed on here to incorporate, but yeah, we pretty much hit most of those points. I mean, if there's any last minute things that you would like to add or SV would like to add, I mean, we can move on to the next segment. You guys are ready?
Fuck Warzone. Everybody who plays it, I hate you.
We're sorry for any technical difficulties with the Warzone people, but you are not in FP.
No, I'm kidding. I just don't like battle royales. That's just me.
I like them sometimes. The ones that I play are the ones that I play. That's about it.
I just hate it when the circle goes in all the time. It's just like you copying Fortnite everywhere you go. It's just like it went from Fortnite to Battlegrounds, PUBG, and then now COD is doing it, and you're like, what's going to be the next one? Is it going to be Apex? Well, Apex is doing it now as well, where they're closing the circle. What's next? Is it going to be Valorant? It's going to be doing the same thing where they close the battle.
I don't know if Valorant will ever go to Battle Royale style. It's a tactical 5v5 shooter. I don't think it's that. It's not even their play style, really.
I hope not. I hope
Ted's Gaming goes, SV, you're the one that kicked my ass. Holy shit. And he goes, you down to quick scope. He goes, you down to quick scope, like 3 exclamation points, 3 question marks.
Yeah, but with Call of Duty, right? Like going back to the whole MG82 thing, I used it in 2 matches and it shredded. And for some reason, in multiplayer now, when you use a cruise missile, that thing feels like it's stuck in slow motion. And some people were saying it was nerfed, and some people were saying that it's or they like broke it. But to me, like, that's like my main fucking kill streak. And now sometimes I can't even hit the ground with the missile and kill anybody because it'll blow up in the air. That's how slow it is.
Yeah, it takes forever now. It really does. Trapper goes, as long as you enjoy the game, doesn't matter what it is, gaming for life.
Amen.
Absolutely.
Gaming is forever.
Yeah, gaming is for life, and that will be on the description next time.
Yes, totally.
So, have you got any more SV before we stop?
No.
worries.
I was just joking around.
Oh, okay. Thank God for that, because you're probably going to kill everyone with the Warzone. And
he's really good. He says he's not that good, but he's pretty dang good.
I'm not. If you want to check out some clips, twitch.tv/SVLSE. I have some nasty clips on there. Thank you very much. Have a good day. Also, we'll be making TikToks soon about my clips.
And when we talk about SV, to talk about his Twitch name and also his TikTok coming up soon, we're actually going to talk to him of him now, because this is going to be the segment 3, which is the interview with the streamer. And I can't say interviewer, it's interview with the streamer.
The interview with the streamer. Our streamer is the interviewee. We are the interviewers.
I'm sorry. I am sorry. It's just, it doesn't, I can't help it, to be fair. It's just a habit. Really.
It's okay, Malk. Still love you.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Trance. I appreciate that. I'll remember that. Lovely dearly with that. Right. So, just before we started the stream, we asked the lovely SV to pick out some 8 numbers out of 15, because those numbers are going to be the questions. As you probably hear from the podcast that we've been doing every week, you know that we are going to. It won't be the questions, the similarities anyway. Some of them may be the same, some of them may not, but they won't know. They don't know the questions, but we do. But wondering what the answer is going to be. I will say this is going to be mature, like cheese, as always, to be fair. So SVLSE, how you doing, buddy? You all good?
I'm fantastic.
Oh,
chilling.
That's, BISH, BASH, BOSH. Oh, sorry, that's our
SV, can you believe it's already been an hour, dude?
No.
I told you.
No, hours go by quick.
I told him before the stream began, I said, and it's going to go by quick, dude. It's going to go by real quick. You won't even realize that the time's over until it's over. And now we're already halfway through the show.
Yep. Already on to number 3.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got this one, and then we've got the Ask Us Anything question next. So don't panic at all. So here we go. First question is... not yet. That's not the question. Not, ooh. No.
Ted had a quick question, like it's not related to the streaming. He goes, if I redeem 2, could I get SV and Retro to hydrate? Would you guys hydrate if he hydrates on my channel?
As you can see, I've only got this bit left on me. So if you want to hydrate,
I
yeah.
Do it, Ted. Go ahead.
Ready?
Hit him with those hydrates.
Good. Right.
1 and 2.
There we go. Sorted. So
Ted's looking out for us, guys.
Appreciate it.
SV, what things do you look for when deciding on a new game to play?
All right, deciding on new games to play. So, I'm big into first-person shooters and racing games.
I didn't know that.
I didn't
know that, mate. to be honest, with the FP2 of Warzone, and also the F1 that you talked about earlier on with the AMD racing type sort of Mercedes as well.
Absolutely. What do I look for? I mean, there's really not much to look for. I usually stick to those first-person shooters and racing games. I know the new Formula One 2021 is coming out on the 16th.
Yeah.
I usually just look for something that I know I'll enjoy for hours on end. If I start a game and immediately I'm just like, I don't really feel like playing this anymore, I usually just throw it in the bin. Especially with Modern Warfare, I play that religiously now.
Yeah.
He does.
Just the way that they the engine that they use for that game is just so beautiful. Probably one of the best they've ever made, other than Modern Warfare 2. Never forget. Yeah, God bless.
Yes.
Is that GT 7 or GTA 7? What is that? Well, we're on 5 of GTA. Right. GT 7. I've never played any other games or racing games other than Formula 1 and Forza.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, I have a sim wheel down here. It's literally just a Ferrari wheel, and that's usually what I stick to. And something that chat will enjoy. If I'm sitting here looking like a bag of ass, they're not going to want to watch. So Call of Duty is where I shine right now, so that's what I've been playing.
Fair dues.
We do have an open section where you guys can ask questions. If you want to hang on to those questions, just keep them close by. They'll be open for questions for myself, Malk, or SV. So hang on to those, and we'll get that Ask Anything section. We'll get all those questions in.
Cool. How would you describe your channel and community in 5 sentences or less?
5 sentences or less. Holy cow! All right.
Is that the start of it? Is that the start of it? Holy cow! Damn.
No. Okay.
You're good, Dan.
Well,
You're good.
I'm not going to keep it to 5 sentences, but my channel, I'd say decent gameplay because I'm not that good. I want there always to be a positive vibe. I'm very big on mental health and stuff like that. Like if you're having a tough day, fucking talk to me because I want to help you out. Especially same with me, vice versa. If I'm having a tough day, I want you guys there to fucking bring me up too.
Absolutely. Like SV, F1. Do you want to talk about F1? Do you want to talk about AMD? Let's do it, mate.
Absolutely.
See what I mean?
Now we'll talk with you about that.
I gotta change this battery on this headset real quick. Hold up.
No worries. So while SV is just sorting that out quickly, I mean, don't get me wrong, Trans. The show so far with the podcast talking about the Data Breach and SV has been a blast so far, hasn't it?
Has been a blast. It's been great.
Absolutely.
Loving it.
Absolutely. And Jolene from Trapper.
Yeah, he calls me Jolene. He was apologizing. He was apologizing for interjecting with the question. That's all. I said, it's okay, Dan. No big deal. No big deal, bud.
It's going to be a ban. Sorry, not with a ban. No ban. Try pure bans. So, all good, SV? Everything all good to kick off? Carry on?
We're back up.
Chilling.
So,
it's the best headset I've ever purchased.
Fair dues. Right. What game made the biggest impact on you as a child?
Shoot, what would we reference as a child? I grew up playing a lot of Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah.
That was my main game. Modern Warfare 2. What else? Assassin's Creed was big too.
Yeah.
Those are pretty much the 2 games that I would wake up before school and go play Modern Warfare just for shits and giggles.
Yeah.
I'll never forget the one day I hopped on a server and there were some hackers, and then I went to my inventory and discovered that I had prestiged all the way up, got all the guns, all the shit you could do to the game. Somehow was on my PlayStation at that time. and then I lost it all when PlayStation had a data breach. Hilarious.
Dude, so this kind of like directly affects you, the discussion into your story here.
Yeah, we all make it. We all make
I
it.
didn't even plan it that way, guys. That just happened out that way.
Those were the two games that I really started off on.
Fair dues, and I mean, I love Modern Warfare 2. I think the original Modern Warfare, the one where you, like, go through the grass itself at the start. It's just your heart beating moment. And then Modern Warfare 2 just
Absolutely.
stepped up a gear. I think Modern Warfare 3 was good, but then it dropped down. I think
It definitely dropped. It pissed me off when I went on one day. I hadn't heard any news about it, but when they did the Modern Warfare 2 remastered, I was like, hell fucking yes, finally. And then I looked, and it was only the campaign, which doesn't make sense to me. Why would you only do the campaign when everybody I ask that is a Call of Duty person is like, what's your favorite Call of Duty game? They'll either say Black Ops 2 or Modern Warfare 2. One of those two games really fucking... Oh, that's another one that I played. Black Ops 2 is when I first started doing like little YouTube clips.
Yeah,
Modern Warfare 2 was my first ever foray into FPS. And when I realized how shit I was at them.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed playing it.
It's just the map, it's the fun that counts. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I am shit at FPS. I will say that. I was shit, but I don't care what anyone says. I'll just enjoy it for the fun and just pure kills for the bastards that they can't take from winning. To be fair, so
you do okay on Valorant. You do.
Oh, thanks.
Dude, when I played with you, you did fine on Valorant. You did better than me. That's not saying much. And Trapper says Worms. I guess that was his game that he loved.
Worms. I remember the PC version of Worms. That was like the original Worms, where it was just weird at first. You're thinking, oh, let's just throw some bombs at the worms, and then they explode. You're like, what the hell is this game doing on here? But they'll probably be pissed after, to be fair, getting blown up after that. So we've done three questions. There's five more, SV. Five more, sorry.
Gotcha.
Was it three or was it only the two? I'm not sure. I think
three.
it was a three. Okay, cool.
So what games have you been playing a lot or have been obsessed of lately on or off stream? I know you said a couple of those games already, but is there any other games that you play on differently than the ones that you're currently on at the minute?
I mainly stick to Call of Duty and Rocket League on stream.
Yeah.
Those are the two that I love to play.
Yeah.
Yesterday I played Counter-Strike for the first time in like a year, and I got absolutely railed. Good nostalgia though. Off stream, I'll play the Formula One games. Those are just my throw a show on my other monitor and just race and just have fun.
Yeah.
And then I do play a lot of Battlefield off stream as well. I have a old Battlefield community that we've been playing since Battlefield 4, and can't wait for the new Battlefield. I think it looks awesome, and it's going to be great because Battlefield always is. And I will bring that to my streams once 6 comes out. I think that'll be a great new game to kind of start fresh on.
JD was big on Battlefield too. He was like all stoked because we did the E3 episode. We were talking about Battlefield 2043, and yes, he was like, "I'm so excited about this." So yeah, and so I'm glad to hear people who are really, really big onto Battlefield. That's really awesome because that's going to be one of the big releases that everybody's going to be like all on for sure.
Yeah, I do think it's weird that they wanted a modern Battlefield again, but they're doing it in 2043 or 2042. You're correct. I do think it's kind of weird because it's kind of in the gray area of modern and future to me. So I'll be interested to see how they pull that off.
I said this last week on the E3 episode, but I feel like when I looked at the trailer, it looked like it was more of Battlefield 4 more so with the graphics that reminded me
Mhm.
back then. But to be fair, though, I mean, went from Battlefield 4, then to 1, back to the World War One scenario, then back to 5, from whatever era it was at the time, and then now back to this. I feel like it's gone back to the feel of Battlefield 4, but with like newer, modern, futuristic layout
Yeah.
as well. So, unless I'm mistaken, I mean, don't get me wrong, I think it could be one of the best games coming out soon as well.
Oh
So
yeah,
that,
totally.
uh,
Absolutely. And Ted did correct me. He said it was 42. And that's what I first thought, Ted. But somehow my mind's like, no, that's not right. We need to add an extra number there. So yeah.
20,242, 3, whatever you call it. Yeah.
Blame Trance's mind for being like, no, that's not right. Yeah.
No!
Yeah.
Stop! Stop! On there. So
Back to SV. Back to SV.
what kinds of characters do you relate to the most, and how so? Like characters in the game.
In games. Okay. Fuck. I don't really play a lot of games that have like unique characters.
You can say a driver if you want. Or the F1, if you want.
Drivers.
I mean,
Okay,
Lando
well,
Norris been killing it lately.
Let's adjust
Deserves
that
a
question.
good praise.
Let's adjust that question just a smidge then, SV. When you're playing a character on a racing game or a shooting game
Mhm.
or a campaign for that matter, what about that character intrigues you?
Oh, that's better. Yeah. See, Trans does it better.
Oh man, when I play Formula One, I usually go for either Lewis Hamilton or Lando Norris.
Yeah.
Just because Lando Norris, man, I can get into this, but his attitude, he gets his shit done, but he has fun doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what I like to do. I get my shit done, but I'll be damned if I don't have fun along the way.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And he's doing well as well.
I understand that completely.
He is. Yeah.
So yeah, but yeah, that's quite interesting. To be fair, I'm just trying to think. Oh yeah, what was the best memory you have since you started streaming, and what was the worst memory?
Oh, okay. Best moment. Recently, I've been finding a lot of people to play with more and more. Like Trance and USMC Vet. Shout out to him. Hell yeah. Oorah. Just meeting all these people that are in the streaming community and kind of giving me some more tips and how to expand my brand. Those have been my best moments, just hopping in a search and destroy match and having fun while doing it. I know we like to do the gun game stuff. That was pretty cool to do. I've never done that before.
That was fun. That was
top of the
lots of
leaderboard
fun.
picks the loadout for everybody the next game, even though I ended up being on the top most of the time. Sorry, guys.
See? I told you he's good.
No, but I passed it off a little bit. Worst experience while streaming. I had a game recently where I ended up just fucking destroying this other team. They were, as the youth would like to say, dog shit. And because I have TTV in my clan tag, he decided to pop into my stream and start talking shit. I mean, it wasn't really that bad because I pretty much told him to fuck off, and I'm sorry we can't all be first round draft picks. And then I banned him because I don't like negativity in my stream.
Totally.
But I had to put him in his place. I'm sorry. I do have some people that I will do the same thing. I'll go into a game and do very well. And I had one or two people pop in the stream, be like, "Hey man, you're pretty good. Would you like to play sometime?" Be like, "Yeah, of course. Like, if you're gonna be nice about it, why wouldn't I want to play with you?
Yeah.
If you're gonna have a positive vibe, positive feedback, like, yeah, you're a cool person. I'm gonna want to interact with the community more."
It's sick.
Totally.
Respect.
Totally.
On there.
I'm with you on that. I love meeting new people and
Respect.
saying, "Hey, let's play together. This is awesome."
Absolutely. Absolutely. We've got 2 more
By the
questions.
way, I'm not that good.
2 more questions, SV, and I promise you that will be the last 2 questions on there, unless anyone asks any questions afterwards. But
That's fine.
Last 2 questions from us. How about
yeah,
that?
is there a particular game you grew up playing on console or PC that you would love to see remade? What about the game made it? What about this? What about the game that made it great for you? Actually, let me rephrase that. Sorry, is there a particular game that you grew up on playing on console or PC that you would love to see remade?
Absolutely. I want Modern Warfare 2 remastered for multiplayer. Just hopping on with a squad. You know, everybody has that memory. Well, hopping on with the squad and having fun. I really want Assassin's Creed to do another Renaissance era Assassin's Creed. That was my favorite one.
Yes, it was so good.
I think it was 2, Assassin's Creed 2 or something.
So good.
Sure, you can still play it on PC and stuff, but it's just not the same. You don't have that same feeling when you play it. But I grew up playing PlayStation a lot, and then when I was about 15, 16, I built my first PC, and it just skyrocketed from there. Just being able to play whatever you feel like. But I do wish certain games would move to PC. I played a lot of like MLB The Show and stuff for PlayStation. I really wish that they would bring a baseball game of that kind of, I don't know how to say it.
Caliber, maybe
like that, of that kind of caliber.
That
to
works.
PC, because there's a lot of sports games on PC that are really just bad. And they need to bring more. They need to bring more sports to PC gaming, because at this point it's an exclusive for PlayStation, and I don't feel like spending $400 on a PlayStation to play one $60 game.
Yeah,
I do agree.
Ted's Gaming
needs to be more intermingle.
Ted's Gaming said mine too. I think he was referencing one of the games that you wanted remade. So
yeah, absolutely. Right. One more question from us. How long have you been streaming for? What were some memorable milestones along the way?
You kind of alluded to this earlier, but you can go into a little more detail about this if you wish. So this is kind of a chance for you to open up about it.
So I started streaming maybe a year or 2 ago. But with me being in the military, if you didn't know, I'm in the Air Force. I am security forces, which is military police. I ended up having to be deployed to Africa. That is all I will say about that place. It is bottom of the totem pole, I would say. But I just got back in May, and while I was over there, I pretty much dedicated my fucking life to streaming when I got back. And so now I stream pretty much every day. I try to do minimum 2 hours. Because right now I'm pretty much struggling with sticking to a game for multiple hours by myself, at least. That's why I'm always open to play with new people. But yeah, I mean, I don't really have any milestones because I'm just now starting off still. I'm only at 42 followers. I'm so close to affiliate. If I can get 8 more followers, that'd be pretty sick. And people to stick around, because I need average viewers of 3. That would be a great milestone. That would really give me a boost. But every time I get a new follower, it's pretty incredible. People that take the time and actually watch a little bit always make me feel happy.
I tell you what, I'll be your new follower after the podcast, so you will get, what is it?
God bless. 43. We got 43.
Yay!
Oh.
7 more.
So 7 more. So guys, please check out SVLSE on that is your Twitch name, isn't it?
It is.
It is.
So SVLSE, check him out on the Twitch channel. Please, we have hit. Like I said, we got JD Custom Builds hit to the 1K followers last week. That was impressive.
Let's do that for me. Let's go. 1,000 people.
If we can get SVLSE to get 1,000 people after this podcast, That will be absolutely impressive.
That'll be amazing.
We will retire.
If I get to 1,000 followers by the end of August, I will shave my head.
You will shave
Oh,
your head.
dude.
Oh, you should have said that now. Everyone will be bombarded now.
Ted's
I will shave
Gaming.
it.
He said he when he said mine too, he was agreeing with you on Assassin's Creed. He said,
Gotcha.
and he also said, "Thank you for your services. I will always have your 6." And he goes, "I got you, SV."
Appreciate it. I
Nice.
do it for y'all.
Nice.
I do it so we can do things like this. We can have fun
Yeah.
together.
Absolutely.
I saw something. We were playing with USMC Vet the other day, and some kid was in the chat like, "Fuck the Marine Corps and shit." And I was like, people really believe that kind of stuff. Like,
Yeah, some do.
People really hate the military. Like, I don't think like it's really hard to look from the outside in. The kind of things you have to give up to do this kind of stuff. Especially being in Africa for 8 months, there was a lot that I lost during my life that I can't really get back.
Yeah.
It's a big sacrifice, and to all the people that show support, I appreciate it. Let's play some fucking games and enjoy our lives. Like that's what it's all about.
Absolutely. But yeah,
that is one of my oldest. Well, I've known Vet my whole life, and he's awesome, dude. He really is. He's a really cool guy.
I respect the fuck out of him because he probably has done some things that I don't want to do, and I'm even in the military.
Fair play. But like I said, working with the military, everything that you've done, you've done a magnificent job. From what you're during your time, I know it's hard to get them back, but obviously, hopefully, we'll get back. With the gaming is for life. It's for life. Remember that. There you go.
For life.
For life, forever.
It's for life.
For life. So that is all the questions that we have got for you, SVLSE.
Hell yeah.
That's it.
But that ain't going to be finished yet, because the last segment that we're going to be doing is Ask Us Anything. So if you are in the chat, guys, and you want to ask any questions to me, Trance, or interview of SV, send them in. We will be on for the next 10 minutes before we stop the stream. So
give or take.
Gotcha. I will be right back. I'm gonna go grab my food from the door so it doesn't get stale.
You do that. Food is important.
Absolutely. But Trance, I mean, it's very impressive from SV's point of view. I mean, you know what? He's going to be a great streamer, and I reckon. I reckon he'll be one of the top notch as the months go by. And I said that to all the streamers that are coming in, but it takes a lot of time for it to be affiliated as well. Some people may think, "Oh, how the hell can we get affiliated?" But if you get the right people at the right time, you can do it within like a few weeks. I had to do mine with Retro War for like a month.
Yeah, mine was a month too. But there's people that I know that are still working on their affiliation like a year or two later. And an SV situation where he was away and he couldn't really get into his gaming. I mean, I can understand that too. But it pretty much is, it's a grind, and I don't think people realize that when they start like, oh, I want to be a streamer. Yay. And they don't realize how much of a grind it actually is.
It is. It really is. It's tough to get people to stick around because I know for me it's hard to kind of interact with one person because you want to be that. You see how all those big streamers do it. They have all these segments and stuff that they'll do reactions and stuff. You can't really do that with one person.
No. Absolutely.
That's something you got to do as you build, but it's hard to get people to stick around, and it's also hard to dedicate to streaming your life for 3 to 4 hours a day.
Yeah, it is.
Because you really run out of things to do.
Well, you do agree, but it just depends on the game that you like the most. If you like that game a load of the time, then it's like when we did the podcast, we've just done over an hour and a half of it, and we just didn't even realise the time itself. So it's just
still enjoyable.
Still enjoyable as well.
Trapper has a question for you, Malk.
Am I a tiny man, or is your bed like huge? I am not tiny. I will say that now. I am not tiny. I am nearly 6 foot.
Does look like a big bed. Are you sure?
Double bed. Double bed.
All right, I'm gonna need you to get up and lay on it.
You want me to? Right.
Oh gosh.
Right.
And Ted's Gaming said Twitch is a lot better platform to start out than YouTube is. I completely agree with you on that, Ted. It's
Yes.
100% true.
Right.
Yes.
1 minute, guys.
YouTube is not a lot of people go like, hey, I'm gonna watch a live stream. I'm gonna go to YouTube.
Yeah.
You just don't hear that a lot.
Right. I'm just gonna take the mic headset
All right,
off.
go ahead.
So you can,
Go ahead, lay on your bed for me. Thank you. If you want, I can join you here.
Oh my God. I can't. You guys. Oh my God, you guys. This is the first time you're seeing Malk from the waist down, guys.
There you go.
You're welcome.
Thanks for SV because he is an absolute legend.
Question was still worth it.
It better be worth it. I got him to lay on his bed.
That will not go any further than that. I promise you that. So,
are we sure?
I am perfectly sure, mate.
All right.
We'll talk about after the podcast, mate. You know.
Oh my God,
Yeah, we
you
will.
guys.
So,
I'm sorry for all the laughing. I should have muted my mic, but that just caught me by surprise.
So what happened was Trance just lost it completely after the laughing itself.
Trance.exe has stopped working.
Yeah, absolutely. So, is there any guys? Have you got any other questions? Relative, good questions. Not, am I short or the bed's freaking huge on there? That type of stuff. But if you've got any other questions, that would be fantastic. But
Ted said he totally clipped that.
Oh God!
Good. Good.
Saved.
I want that clip.
Any other questions, guys? That you guys want to ask? Dan, Ted, anybody in the chat? You guys are feel free to ask your questions.
I think
to me, Malk, or SV.
I think they stopped the question itself because that's just completely outdone everything else. But actually, I've got a question for you, SV. I mean, was there a particular streamer that you watched the most? I know you do your own streams, like you started off and you're coming back. Was there a streamer? Was there any streamers that, or what? If there's no particular streamer, you can say top 5 if you want. Is there 5 streamers that you would recommend to watch or hear from in the future itself?
Yes. So I've watched a lot of Shroud. He was pretty much the main one that I watched for a long time. Jericho, if you know who he is, he's got the attitude that I like. He just has fun while he streams. Shroud is more of into the gaming aspect of his streams. I've based a lot of my sensitivity off of Shroud, so a lot of my games I'll use a fucking sensitivity calculator to go into each games and get all that. And then for Call of Duty, I watch a lot of Tim the Tatman and Courage JD. But I don't even like playing Warzone. I like to watch it though.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
It's an interesting thing because I had somebody who I talked to last night who said they don't like watching those type of games. They'd rather play them. So to hear somebody say they like watching them instead of playing them is like it's like both sides of the coin, I guess, in a way. And Trapper says he thinks that one question did enough damage.
Well, we're sorry for any technical difficulties with that, but that's just how it happened with that itself. So, but yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, I will follow you after the stream itself, SV, because I think you're one of the top-notch blokes, and I reckon you'll do well if you keep on the streaming side of things anyway. We hope you do get affiliated as quickly as possible for you. And we really do. Like, fingers crossed on the stream itself. Fingers crossed that it is going to happen. Please check him out, guys. He's an absolute amazing bloke.
Please.
And his gaming is forever. Will be on the description and will be on forever. That we go talk about it as well. That's itself.
Totally.
God bless.
But trying to think if there's any other questions.
Are there any last minute questions for me, Malk, or SV? Guys, get them in now. We're getting ready to end the stream. You got a couple more minutes before we call it, so definitely pop a question in if you have it. So,
and plus, I am not doing that again. That was just a one-off as well. So,
but it's clipped, so it's on my channel now.
It is forever.
It is for. That's why it's called Gaming is Forever. Lying on bed will not be forever.
I'll never forget.
They will never forget itself. So, Lil Trapper says, respect to you, SV, follow done. So you have got another follower. So 44.
Let's go. Let's see.
So I will do this follow after this. I promise you that.
Ted's Gaming did say, I hope y'all have an amazing day, and send a whole bunch of bits my way. So thank you for the bits, Ted. Thank you for being here and hanging out with us. If you have any last minute questions, go ahead and pop those in real quick. If not, that's fine. We'll just wait a couple seconds and for the delay, because there's always a delay on Twitch, always.
Actually, I've got another question that's cropped up. I'll probably do more of the. It's like the talk show. Hey, how you doing there?
Ted said he's going to follow you too.
Yeah.
Ted's Gaming says he's going to follow you too, SV.
Bless all your souls.
45. Come on, we can do it.
Let's go. We're close.
So, but like I said, from your perspective, I know we always say when we do the streaming, is there bits that you enjoy, like the memories and all the other stuff? What's your main goal for the next 5 years of your streaming? Or I know it's hard to say now, but is there a particular goal that you want to do, like in the next 5 years itself?
My goal is to become a full-time streamer before I get out of the military. That would be great.
Yeah.
The military is pretty much my backdrop right now. I'll stay in either until I retire or until I make it big enough to where I can support myself on streaming. That's my goal right now.
Okay. Do you mind me asking how long you've been military? Or
I've been in for 3 years. I have 3 left on my contract.
Okay.
So we got time.
I will say this on the stream. I mean, fair play to you, because I don't think anyone would ever, like, I don't know whether you've gone for the military at the time when you've been chosen to do it at the time, but when you represent the country that you for that, and spend like 8 months in Africa as well, I bet it was. I know you said it was daunting to do through all the military stuff, but that is really impressive, and I would respect you for that, because I don't think anyone, not even myself or anyone else, would say go and do the military and sacrifice your life to help, and you was there to help out and sacrifice yourself to be there as well, and I hope I'm hoping that you'll do that full-time streaming, because I think you will be doing an amazing job, and I really do admit that as well. I'm hoping anyway, fingers crossed as well. So,
yeah, I grew up in a military town, so I know what it's like. Well, for my friends and people who I dated a couple soldiers, so I understand what you guys deal with on the regular. So
it's a lot to juggle.
That is very true.
I work 12 to 14-hour shifts, and I'm still trying to stream as much as I can.
Yeah, as I said, don't overdo it. Don't overdo, if take a break now and again. Do you know what I mean?
But you got to work at your own pace.
Absolutely. See, this guy, check him out, guys. Please check him out. That'll be fantastic. So, that is the 10-minute marker. So, again, guys, is there any last questions before we shoot off? If not, tough, to be fair, because
Ted was looking for your link. I just posted it in my chat so he can go and follow you. So,
nice one. So,
thank you.
There.
So that was the Ask Us Anything. Please check us out on Twitter for Retro Wolf Live and Transgamer, as well as SV as well. Check him out as well. And also check out on Twitch as well with the same usernames as well. But please check us out. It'll be a massive help for all of us as well. So can I just say a massive thank you to SV for lastminute.com again, because he was without him there would have been no interview streamer. Do you
interview at all.
Interview at all, yeah. So
and probably a shorter episode.
Absolutely.
True.
Absolutely. And I'd like to thank also the lovely, lovely hostess with the most S is Trans on the left-hand side on the screen itself. And one more question, actually. Have you enjoyed it? Have you enjoyed it today, SV, with the podcast?
I did.
Did you
It was
did you
a very
was
good
it,
opportunity.
was it nervous during all
No,
that
not at
time?
all.
See, I told you don't get nervous at all, and you'd be like bish bash bosh all the way to the end as well.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So absolutely, and just before we started the stream, he was like, "I've never done a podcast ever," and you just done your first ever podcast. So put that in your CV, mate, and you'll be absolutely loving it every time. But we would love to have you again in the near future if you are interested in doing it again, another podcast.
Absolutely.
Nice one.
Always
So,
happy to be a part of something.
nice one. Nice one. So, guys, we are going to stop the stream. If you have enjoyed the stream, please make sure you like and if you like, subscribe. Will be a massive help
Yes.
to all of us. Please check out SV for the latest SVLSE for his Twitch channel. We would love to get him to hit the affiliate part, and also probably a lot more as well. And
Let's go, guys. We can get him there.
We're close. We're close.
So close.
So next week,
close.
Trans, who is it? The interview going to be?
Provided everything goes well, and I'll make sure I contact her to be 100% sure that she's able to still make it. Next week, we will have Rogue Valkyr, an old friend of mine, long-time friend. Did Twitch streaming, went to Mixer streaming, then came back to Twitch. And she's reestablishing herself now in her channel with Twitch and getting her community built back up. And we will be talking with her, and we'll have a couple other discussion points to discuss as well, and maybe some updates if any of our news segments give us new updates on articles. But aside from that, that's who we're going to have next week. It's going to be great.
Absolutely. Fantastic stuff. So, cheers for that, guys. We are going to stop the stream with 1 minute 43. 1 minute, 1 hour 43. But that would have been a quick.
A minute 43. That was a very long minute, Malcolm.
Yeah, very long minute.
Very long minute.
Yeah,
short, short for fun. It was fun, so it went by quick, but it's still a long minute.
Yeah, it was the longest minute. It's like the forget ever. Absolutely. So, right, guys, we're going to stop the stream. I hope everyone's all going well, and I hope you have a very good weekend. And I'll see you. Well, we both will see you next week for episode 4 of the BISH podcast. So, SP, cheers for that. I hope everything goes okay from your side, and talk to you soon. All right, mate. Cheers for that.
Appreciate it.
All the love, guys. Thank you guys so much for being here. Bye, guys.
Bye.